that. And it should record. Oh, exciting. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So the first thing we're going to think about is bringing our feet together. Okay. So as you bring your feet together, you should start to feel some pressure between your knees and your legs, as if you're sort of squeezing them together slightly with your feet and your toes and your ankles together. Good. Okay. So we're just going to now take our feet out, if you can see mine, as if you're going to point to the corners of the room, but your heels are still together. Yeah. So again, at that point, you now feel your bottom engage. So your glutes as well can feel tight if you stand up nice and tall and tighten. So what we're thinking about is getting tight in our muscles, but not our joints. So we're not locking our knees. We're not sort of knocking our hips. We're just keeping nice and soft, but tightening the muscles.
Oh, yeah.
So now, if you just move your heels out so that your feet are now in parallel, you should be nice and comfortable with your feet below your hips. So that's quite a good way of just making, you know, some people say, you know, to stand, do I stand wide? Do I stand narrow? But it's quite an easy way of just finding that comfortable position. Yeah? Okay? Cool. So we're just going to just roll the shoulders and then just relax them. So we're standing nice and tall, got a nice long neck. Chin doesn't need to be up or down or forward. Just make sure that the chin's nice and relaxed. Okay. So we're going to think about breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Okay. So we just do that a couple of times. And a nice deep breath in and out. Now, if you put your hand on your tummy and one hand on your ribs, okay, so just to the side of you here, that's it. So as you breathe in now through your nose, you'll feel everything get bigger, should do, and then as you breathe out, everything sinks down and gets smaller. So it's expanding as you breathe in, and it's going in as you breathe out. So we just do that again. Tummy should get bigger as well, and then tummy should shrink. Okay, so this time you're going to try and fix the tummy. So start to tense across the tummy. Start to tense there, but it's just the ribs that are going to move now. So we go in and then out. So your hand should slightly move. Just do that a couple of times. Start nice to relax as well with the breath. As the chest grows and then the chest lowers. Good. If you keep doing that, the diaphragm, as you breathe out, diaphragm that's here gets bigger because it lets all that air into the chest. And then as you breathe out, it comes up and it brings all of the tummy muscles, all the abs up as well. So it's another way of engaging all the core as the diaphragm comes up. So as we breathe in, it drops. And as we breathe out, that diaphragm comes up and it engages the core. Okay, so that's about the breathing. So we're going to try and carry on. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Lovely. So we're just going to look at our pelvic tilt. I know we've talked about this before. Okay, so the waistband is like the top of a bucket that's full of water. I'll show you sideways. If you tilt it forward, the water's going to drop out. And if you tilt it too far back, the water's going to drop out. So we need something. If this was A and this was C, you need something in the middle, which is B. Okay. So if you just have a little tilt forward yourself, tilt backwards, and then into the middle. Okay, good. And that's really where we want to try and flex ourselves, especially when we're doing side bends, anything like that. I'll just say, bring yourself back into B, that neutral spine. Okay. Cool, nice and relaxed then with the shoulders. So we're going to take our ear down to our shoulder. We're going to bring our chin down to our chest and then roll the ear to the other side. So it's just a roll from one ear down to the chest and then back round to the other ear. One more time, down we go. Feel that stretch in the upper back. And then there. This time, glance up to the ceiling. You're not stretching your neck too far, just looking up and down to the other shoulder. Looking back up again, down to the other shoulder. One more time, up we go. And across. That's really good. Okay, so bringing the chin down to the chest. That's it. Keeping the head down. We're going to roll our shoulders forward. And that might feel a little bit stiff. Okay. Might have had a tense day recently and you're feeling a little bit stiff, and then roll the shoulders back, still with the head down. Now bring the chin up, looking straight ahead, and we're going to do the same. We're going to roll the shoulders, so it just changes the feel. Might feel a bit looser with the head up, and then roll those shoulders back. Just think about how you feel. Lovely. So we're going to take our right hand, put our fingers on our shoulders, and we're going to draw a circle with the elbow. Good. That's it. Forwards for now. One more. And then we're going to go backwards for 4. And it might be easier one way. It might be the same. See how you feel. Lovely. Now we're going to just turn the arm a big circle. That's it. You might want to just twist your body slightly. That's it. Some people like to just turn a bit. That's fine. You do whatever suits you. And then we're going to bring the circle back round the other way. So take it back first and over the top. Starting to warm up that shoulder. Good. Lovely. Now we're going to change sides. So we're going to put the hand on the shoulder again and do those circles. And again, you might suddenly think, oh yeah, this one's different to the other arm. It quite often is. Yeah. Stiffer one arm than the other. And then circle backwards for 4. Good. Nice big circles. Looking good. And then we're going to do the same again with the full arm. Just going back. 4 circles. Taking the shoulder back if you need to. A bit stiff on this arm. I need to turn my shoulder a bit more. Good. And then the other way, forward, bringing it round. Lovely. That's great. Well done. Okay, so we've done the shoulder rolls. We're going to go into some side bends, okay? So little soft knees, tense the tummy. Don't forget that pelvic tilt. So once we start tilting sideways, just make sure you're in that middle. We're in that neutral spine. And we're just going to take one arm over and one arm under. That's it. And just slowly sway. Just nice and gently stretching the side. Reaching up as we go. Lovely. Make sure that tummy is braced, that core. Good. Couple more of these. Really warming up the sides of the torso. Good. So we're going to take a big step out to the side, and we're going to carry on with that slow sway. So there's less of a tilt, it's more of a sway with the arms. That's it. Good. And you're going to rock into the lunge. So you can take one knee bent more than the other. And then just eventually just bring your arms so that they're just swinging out to the sides. Good. Rocking from one side to the other. And you can pause for a second onto one knee and just pause and just stretch that inner side to see how that leg is today. And then we can rock again and maybe hold the other side. And just see if that leg is a little bit stiff. Good. And then we just go again. Couple of those. Lovely. Keeping the chest and the head up all the time. Good, good, good. Not just because you've got to look at me. Excellent. Well done. Okay, bringing the feet together again. So not dead together, back to that sort of hip width apart. And we're just going to pedal onto our toes. Hopefully you can see I'm just coming up, bending the legs and working through those feet. So you can really feel coming from the heel off the floor, pushing down with the toes. Good. Lovely. Let me just turn over where we are. Okay, we're going to go into a little bit of a deeper squat with this. So from the side, it just looks like you're squatting down while you're doing that pedaling. Bit of a cartoony looking walk, I think. Yeah. Good. So starting to bring in the legs, the thighs. We're still working through those feet as well. Good. Okay, we're going to come up and do a bit of balancing. Okay, so nice soft knee of the leg you're standing on. Okay, again, check that you're in that pelvic tilt, not gone forward or back. And we're going to brace the tummy and think about using the glutes. We are just going to lift one leg, and I want you to point and flex the foot. You're not too bad with your balance these days. If not, you need a chair, but yeah. Okay, and then little circles one way with the foot, and then the other way. Good. And then we're going to change legs. So lifting the other one up, we want to just point and flex. Always bracing that tummy, so that's what's holding you there. And circles one way. And then the other. Good. Lovely. Back to the original foot. And we're just going to do a slide. So it's just the foot slides along the floor and it stays in contact from the toe to the toe out the back. Toe to the front, toe to the back. That's it. Good. Lovely. Reaching as far forward and as far back. Now I want you to just see if you can swing, taking it off the floor. So it might brush the floor as it comes past the bottom, but then it lifts. Good. Keeping nice and steady there, that's great. Good. Okay, we're going to stand this leg. I know the standing leg takes a little bit, but we're going to cross the leg at the front and do a circle round to the back. But we're going to touch the toes at the beginning and at the end. So the toes touch, go round, touch, go round. And try and keep this pelvis as still as possible. So if you feel it moving too much, just don't take the leg round too much. That's it. We've got to keep that bucket nice and flat. Okay, now try and do it without touching the floor. So it's a full circle in the air. Now the standing leg is probably starting to get tired, so we're just going to do 2 more. Round to the front and stop. Good. Give it a little twist and a shake. It's quite intense on that one, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to start again. You know what's coming now. So nice little soft leg there. Okay. Make sure we've got everything tight here, and we're just going to brush and tap, keeping the foot in touch with the floor. Good. Lovely. So just thinking about your body in a different way. And now we're going to do that with a little brush, but lift. So nice and controlled. Good, nice pace, that's nice. I don't want to go too fast with this. One more to the back. Now this time we're going to do that little cross and tap, round behind us and tap. Good, and if you go wobbly, just pull that core in. And you brace the tummy. It's keeping you there. And this time without the tap, so, oh, lost my balance. We're going to just go and not put the foot down at all. Good. So you can have your hands out, you can have your hands on the hip, whatever suits you. Just try either of those. Last one forward, last one back, and bring the foot in. And we're just going to go back to that little low pedaling, little cartoon walk, because it walks out those muscles we've just used. But that's a little bit more intense there, building up. Okay, you probably felt that. Lovely. Yeah, thought you might have done. Okay, cool. So we're going to bring our mat out.
Yeah.
And we're going to stand at the back of the mat. Okay. All right, so we're going to do roll down. We've sort of done this before, okay? So we're going to check our position again. Yeah, I'll move my thingy when we get down. So at the moment, we're standing nice and tall. You can take your arms up above your head. Okay, and then bring the hands down to your shoulders, down through to your thighs, and then just rest them on your thighs. Now we've got a rounded back at the moment, so it's a bit like our cat position we've done before. That's it, pushing the back up. Now we want to go into a flat back. So we let the back drop, and we're nice and flat. Then we're going to go back up into that cat rounded position, one more, and then one more into the flat position. You might feel that in the back of your hamstrings, or just a nice warm movement in the back of your lower back. Good. So we're going to go down onto the floor. Come on down to all fours. And I will just go and grab my laptop and bring it in a little bit, okay? So you can see a little bit better. Cool. All right. So we're into all fours. Perfect. Okay. So we are going to do the cat and cow now. So we are going to just lift the back, round the upper back, pull the tummy in, looking back towards our legs. And then we're going to drop the tummy. Almost feels like sticking the bottom out. This is probably going between A position of our bucket and C. So it's the only time we really go between those two. So we're going to go back up, tilt the bucket the other way, tuck in that tailbone under. And then one more down we go. Cool. Perfect. So the last thing to do before we go on to our exercises is a nice stretch. So we're going to sit back onto our heels. Okay, our child's pose. So sit back, that's it, open up the knees, drop down, and just reach through, opening up the upper back and shoulders. Okay. Now I'd like you to just take your left hand out to the side a little bit and then put the right hand on top. And you should feel a little stretch down the right hand side of your body. And then take the hand out to the right, take the left hand on top of it, and sit back the other way. Feel the stretch down the other side of the body. That's great. Okay, coming back up to kneeling then. Good. Okay, so that's our warm up. All right. Yeah. You happy with that? It's a bit of a flowing warm up, isn't it? A bit different to what we normally do for our jumping around. Okay, cool. And you can turn that music down slightly. There we go. So we're going to go on to some of our floor exercises. Yeah, grab a drink. Okay. So we have done this one a bit before. The leg slide. We're going to work through some different variations of it. All right. Okay, that's it. So just practice that old pelvic tilt again. Just check again that your back's not fully into the mat. It's not sticking up, but it's somewhere in the middle. That's it. Just get comfortable and think that's where I need to be. Now, if during any of these you feel that the tummy starts to come up and the back comes up, just take it down a level, have a little think, get back into that position again, fix those hips and start again. Okay, all right. So our first one's really quite nice and easy for you. I know it'll be fine. So we're just going to literally slide the left leg out along the floor and back up again. That's it. Making sure both hips stay nice and still. Good. We're just going to do these for 4. So one more on this side. Good. Then we're going to do that with the right leg, just taking it out. Good. Really fixing those hips, nothing moves. Nice. Good. So we're going to go back to our first leg again. And we're going to do this, instead of pointing our toe, we're going to lead with our heel. So we're going to like push the heel out along the floor and back. So it's the heel that goes, yeah, that's it, lovely. Heel. So it just uses the muscles, it tenses the muscles slightly differently. Good. In the leg. Lovely. And then we're going to go on the other leg. So heel pushes along the floor. Good. That's it. So we're starting at a lower level, just so that we know how it feels, and then we can slowly build up. Yeah. Be a bit more challenging by the end. Okay. So we now need to go out into tabletop. Okay. So I'll just show you. Tabletop, as you know, is this. But if you start to exercise and your knees come towards you, a good way to check is by putting your hands out so that your heels of your hands are touching your legs. Okay, that's it. So that's perfect. So that's a really good way of just testing. So if you can't do that because your knees are too near, then you know that you need to push your knees away. So you can lay back here and think, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, yeah, they come too near. Okay, All right, so we're on the left, yeah, did you start with the left leg, yeah? So left leg, we're just going to take with the point and back up 4 times. So this is going to be a little bit more challenging. Good, well, nice one to check. Good, and again, things are always a little bit harder if we take them nice and steady and slow. Now we change the other side, so we've got straight leg, so we're pointed foot at the moment. That's really good. Keeping those knees in check. And one more on this side. Perfect. Now we're going to stay here. We're going to carry on with one more, and it's a heel out. And then we'll rest, okay? So 4 with the heel pushing. So same as we did with the foot down, but we've got the heel pushing away from tabletop. Good. So you can see the tendency to want to bring your knees in, can't you? Good. And then we're on to the other side, pushing away with that heel, stretching that leg out. Good. Keep a check, make sure that the tummy is braced. Starting to work a bit harder now. And the last one on this side. Good. Now bring them both into tabletop and then drop one down and then the other. Okay, and you can have a little rest, but just do a little pelvic tilt. Okay, a little bit more challenging at the end there. It was a little bit, wasn't it? Okay. So the next one, we're going to do a knee drop. If you take your arms out in a sort of bent and out in that position, yeah, they call that the pec deck. Okay. So we're going to start off with, because the pec deck machine, you do that as an exercise. So that's why it's called that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to just literally drop our right knee out to the side. Remember that we've done this before, and the left leg has to stay dead still. Okay, so it may not go very far. Your leg goes further than mine. You're more flexible, and then we bring it up. Okay, so it just drops out and comes up. That's it. Good. So initially, this isn't too bad. It's manageable, but when we get this into tabletop in a minute, it'll be a bit harder. So onto the left leg. So we're just dropping that knee out, trying to completely fix the other side so it doesn't move. Really good time to concentrate on the muscles you're using. Good. Okay. Let me just check so we go straight to, yes. Okay, so we are going to lift our feet up into tabletop. Okay. And we are going to drop, that's it, that's a good check, well done. We're going to take the right leg down first, so it might not go very far because you've got to make sure that the left leg, the left hip and everything stays dead still. That's it. Okay, good. This could be just a little move for you. That's looking good. So the feet can come slightly apart. That's it, yeah, that's it. Okay, and then on the other side, we're just dropping that hip. If that back starts to come off the floor, just check that pelvic tilt again and brace the tummy. 2 more. Good, lovely. Okay, we are going to circle the leg. Okay, so we're going to take the leg up into tabletop and then circle that right leg round. So the knee's still bent, that's it, lovely. Good, and it just circles one way and now circle the other, all the time bracing those abs, making sure the other leg doesn't move. That's good, well done. Now change leg, keep it here, that's it. So change, the other leg goes around in a circle. Taking that, that's it, good. So it's as much as the knee going in the circle and the foot just follows it. And the other way, change direction. We'll have a little check. Has mine gone too near? No, I'm okay. Good. And back to the middle and dropping one foot and the other. Okay. So that's really used the hips as well there, hasn't it? It's opened up the hips. Well done. Oh, we got tabletop tap, sorry. Okay, so tabletop tap is just where we're tapping down, tapping down, okay? So we're going to do these. We're going to do 4 on each side as we've done. It'll be toes pointed, then heels, and then the last one is like a curtsy. So you actually take your right leg will come across underneath your left leg. You see that, yeah? So it's here, but it's coming across, yeah? So it does a little curtsy move, okay? Are we ready? So let's brace that tummy. Okay, let's bring them up. Okay, check that they're not too near. That's it. And we're going to tap on the right leg for 4. So it's just tap with the toe. 2. Lovely. 3. One more this side. Good. Now over to the other side. Good. Oh, I went back to the other side then. Good. Now we're going to do it with the heel going down. So it's a real heel to the floor. Good. Heel again. So really flex the foot, bring the toes up. Good. Good. And then on the other side, heel, heel. Really think about bracing that tummy. Pull that tummy button towards the spine if it gets tough. Good. Now the little curtsy. So the right leg goes across to the left. Lovely. And a little curtsy. So it's using different muscles in the leg here. Curtsy across. Good. Try and keep the hips nice and still. They're staying where they are. Last one. Here we go. The other side. 1, 2, 3. Last one. 4. Oh, there we go. You'll be glad we're turning over now. So well done. That was a real blitz there. Good, 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 good. Yes. Come on over. Turn over.
You can really feel it in the hips, can't you?
Yes. 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 The hips can be because the abs aren't really working as hard as they should be. So hopefully as time goes on, you won't feel it quite as much there. But it's really good to open up the hips as well. Yeah. Cool. So we've got like a breaststroke sort of, they call it a VW. So if I just show you, so if your arms are like this, they're in a V. And when they come to here, you're like a W. Yeah. Okay. So the arms start out in front of you. That's it. Perfect. Feet just comfortably apart. You know, so however wide you like your feet, that's fine. You get into a comfortable position. Okay, so your head can be on the floor. Okay, and we are just literally going from the V, squeezing our shoulder blades together as we bring our arms back to our sides and our elbows bend. That's it. Good. And then out again. And then as we squeeze, as we bring them back, we squeeze those shoulder blades together. As if somebody's put their hand down the middle of your back and you're squeezing their hand. Good. And let's just do this for 3 more times. So squeeze and reach. Squeeze, that's looking good. Really working the shoulders and those shoulder blades. Lovely. Now this time, as you squeeze, I want you to just lift your head. So still looking down at the mat, but I want you to come up as you do it. So it'll look something like this. So you'll be there, and then you'll come up. You'll be there, and you'll come up. Okay? All right, so we do that for 5 times. Here we go. So up we come. Real squeeze. Lifting the shoulders. Squeezing the back. Good. And we got one more. Good. Lovely. Okay, so it's really good in this position to not only just brace the tummy, and you need to think about bringing the tummy up off the floor. It probably won't, but in your mind, that's what you're trying to do. And also you can squeeze your bottom as well to help. Years ago, they used to say, don't squeeze your bottom. But now the thought is it's better to actually use everything, your tummy and your bottom as well. So we're going to take our arms out into that pec deck position, so out to the side, yeah, like we were, that's it. Okay, so head's going to be down again, and then we're going to slightly lift one side, one arm, and twist the body. Okay, so like this, and then down, and we're going to do 4, that's it, yeah, good. So trying to keep the bottom and the tummy braced so they stay still, and then we just lift the top, and we're going to do 4 on this side. So that was 1, and again lift, a little twist, 2, and again 3, that's good, And last this side, lovely. And now we're going to do for the other side. So ready to twist and lift? Good. And again, lovely. So really brace the body, lifting those shoulders. And then one more that side. Perfect. Good. Feel that?
Yeah.
So that's all around the torso, shoulders and lower back as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take our arms out straight now, laid in the same position. So out to the side like a T, sorry, didn't explain that. So out to the side, level with your shoulders. No, that's okay. I didn't say that bit. And initially, we're going to look down and then we're going to lift just as we did a minute ago, but the arms are out, so it's slightly harder, yeah. A little bit harder to lift, isn't it? You've got a bigger lever. So lifting, twisting that torso. And this is all about mobility and strength in the back. Good. Lovely. And then we're going to change sides. Lifting the other side for 4. That's it. Lovely and slow. Controlled. Really nice. I think that was 4, wasn't it? We do one more. I can't remember. Okay. So for those, it's not about lots of variations. It's about how many times we do them. Did you find the bent arm a bit easier than the straight arm? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah? I'll tell you what, we do 2 more of each. So let's have a little go. So 2 more with the arms bent and we'll have a real think about what we think. So 2 more each side. So ready? Off we go. So twisting with the arm bent. So you can feel your core being used and the sides. And then the other side. So that's it with the arms bent. And then we go back to the arms straight and see how you feel. And up we go. Yeah, see, I'm not able to lift my upper body, my upper back quite so much. I might be a bit stiffer than you. And the other side. Yeah, it doesn't come up so much, does it, like this? Yeah. Cool. Okay, so yeah, probably just a little bit of lack of movement in the upper back, which is why the harder one is, is harder to do. But yeah, okay. So that's called the square, because obviously the arm position. We're going to go on to our side now. Okay, now we've done these before with the band. So you can either put a pillow under your head or whatever's comfortable for you. Something to keep you in alignment. What they tend to say now is that your hand up like this is bringing your head out of alignment. So of course it could, yeah. So of course the lower, the more comfortable you can be. Okay. So we just want the whole body to be nice and straight and the hip pointing up at the ceiling, as you know. And then we're going to rotate. We're going to do circles this time. We've done lift and lower before, but we're going to do circles. And yes, if you can try not to use the hand at the front and just have it out of the way, then your core is being used to keep you balanced. So we're going to rotate forward and then we're going to change direction and we'll do 6 rotations back. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that was with feet pointed, so we're going to follow the same theme as we've done with everything else. We're going to flex the toes now. Yeah. So we're going to push the heel away and flex the toe, and we're going to go into those circles again. So backwards, 2, 3, 4, good. 5, really have to use that core to keep you there, don't you? 6, now change direction. Good, take your time. Starting to get a bit wobbly, I am. Good, okay. So you can also, there's another variation, you can't see my feet at the moment, but your feet point downwards as you do it. So your heel points up and your foot. So we're going to just do 4 circles like this. Just feeling different muscles. It comes into the bottom a bit more. Yeah. Feel it, yeah, into the back there. So the toe pointed down and heel up. And then circle the other way for 4. 3. Oh yes, it definitely goes into the bottom.
Gosh.
2, 1. Okay, there is an opposite. We just do 2 of these because we're starting to. So toes pointed up is a complete opposite. So the heels are down, toes are up. We're going to just circle 2 one way. That changes it again, and then 2 the other. With the toes pointed up. Good. Okay, give that a little rub. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to swap sides. Well done. Not quite as intense as the up and down and the pulsing, but it's still there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so comfortable. So lovely. So we're going to go into our circles with our foot pointed. So we're going to start off with 6 circles each way. Trying to balance, that's it, good. And then change when you've done your 6. Lovely. When you're done that, are you nearly done? We're going to do heel. So we're going to go one way with the heel pushing away. And we're going to do 6 circles again. Heel out. Good. And then the other direction once you've done. Start to feel it now. That one definitely gets to the back of the bottom. Good. Okay, give it a little rub a second. I always find the second side, because you've already sort of worked it, laying the other side always gets tired quicker. Okay, so we're going to try those toes. What we're going to do, toes down. Are we ready for this?
Yeah.
This is 4, toes down, 4 in one direction, 2, 3, 4, then toes down in the other direction. Oh, can feel that. 2, 3, 4, good. And we just do 2 of the toes up. Okay, so just 2 in each direction with the toes pointing up to the ceiling. And then 2 in the other direction. Oh, and bring the leg forward and give it a nice good old pat. Oh, I can feel that one. So you don't have to do lots of lunges and squats and things, do you, for that? Okay. There's just one more. We'll have a little rest. We'll go back to the original side. There's one more to do laying on our side. And then, believe it or not, how are we doing? Yeah, that's our main exercises done. Then it'll be cool down. So, okay, all right. Right, so this one is called scissors. So try and get this so you can see my legs. Okay, so we laid on the side again in a comfortable position. Tuck one under there, okay. And you want to bring both legs up off the floor. So the bottom one comes off the floor as well. And then you do a scissor backwards, that's it, scissor backwards and forwards. Okay, so you might need a little bit, I need a little bit of support with my hand for this one. Okay, which is fine. And then slowly as I get my balance going, no, I lost it. That's it. So it's just scissor kicking, forwards and backwards. Okay, keeping both up off the floor. Lovely. Good. Not too many variations of this. Good. So we'll swap sides, swing round. Lovely. Get yourself settled and lifting the bottom leg as well as the top. That's the tricky bit. And then keeping the legs as long and as straight, my whole body. And yeah, I tend to need my fingers for this one. I think it's balancing on the hip much as anything, isn't it? The hip isn't sort of big enough to balance on. So that's good, because as time goes on, see if you can. There was a time when I could probably put my hand there and do it.
No.
No, not yet. Okay, so that's another little one for on the side. and really good for the core as well as the legs. Cool. Okay. So we've done this before. We're going to go into some of our the relaxation stretches, etc. So we've done the bridge. Okay. The bridge, as you know. So what we're going to do this time, we're going to do a couple of roll-ups with the bridge. Okay. And just really use them as relaxing the back, all those muscles and that we've used, and the abs, just slowly lowering them down, release, then tilt the pelvis, rolling them back up again, and enjoying that roll through the spine. Lovely. So again, good for posture to be nice and flexible in your spine. Okay, and we sit a lot, don't we? So it's really good for us to give the chance for the spine to move in the full range of movement. Lovely. Now when you come down this time, what I'd like you to do is cross one of the legs across, so maybe the right leg across your left leg. Cool. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drop this knee down towards the floor. So you can put your arms out in a T, and we're just going to drop both, so both legs come over, and it gives a bit of a twist on the tummy. Lovely. So yeah, the hip might come up on the left-hand side. Try and keep those shoulders down because they're going to stabilize you, and then lift those legs back up again. And then we're going to go the other way. So the foot is going to go towards that right foot is going to go to that. You've got it. You got it. Just rocking from one side and all the way up and over. One more, down to the knee, to the floor. Nice. Again, nice twist of the back. And the side stretch. Back up and over. Good. Really nice stretch. But we're very different, so we need to go the other side, because as soon as you lift that leg, we're changing the position of the pelvis and our hips, so we need to do the same again. So dropping the knee down first of all. You might find one side more flexible than the other. Dropping the foot down, the other side. Lovely, just nice flow. That's it, going from one side to the other. And the second side, time rather, knee down to the floor. Good, keeping the shoulders on the floor and over. And the foot goes down, that's lovely. Good. Coming up. Okay, so we're going to lay on the side, put both of our arms out, okay, and our knees are bent, all right? And what we're going to do now, it's like opening a door. So we're just literally following our eyes with our hand, and we're just opening up the chest, looking behind us, and then slowly closing the door, bringing it back over. Great. And we just do this one more time this side, looking up as you go. Nice, opening up of the chest. And back down. Cool. And we're just going to rejig the other way. I'm going to spin around so I can still see you. You can face the other way, I don't mind. Okay. So arms out to the front, knees bent in a nice comfortable sideways, and we're just going to watch the hand open. Oh, that feels a bit stiff on that side.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And over we come. Good. And one more time. Open. And back again. Lovely. Good. A really nice, gentle one to relax. If you ever needed to relax, that's quite a good one to do. We're going to lay on our back. Okay. Have you got your band near you?
Yeah.
Have you got your long, is it a purple one, isn't it? If you grab that before, yeah, that's it. So what we're going to do is we've got bands. We're going to do a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Okay. So first of all, pop the band round the foot. I want you to bend the foot initially and then push the foot straight. We're going to go from bent to straighten a few times just to get that leg and that hamstring starting to stretch. Good, that's it. Now this time we're going to hold it there when it's straight, or as straight as you can have it. So you should feel that in the back of the leg here. The more you pull it towards your face, yeah, you feel it there. The more you pull it towards your face, and the more you straighten your leg, the more you're going to stretch the hamstring. And then we're going to just take the band into one hand, and we're just going to draw those circles like we've done before, just nice small circles, but slowly getting bigger. Good, nice stretch. Take your time, round past your face, which is probably the worst bit, and then away. Okay, so this time you're going to take it across the body, holding with the other hand, that's it. So it just holds the leg up, and you should feel that into your hip and your bottom. Shoulders on the floor. And then we're going to take it up and over and out to the side. Good. That's opening up the inside of the legs and the groin. Lovely. And then we're going to change legs. Hop in the other foot. So we're going to start off with that bend in the leg and straightening like we did. So bend and straighten. Good. Just getting that leg ready to stretch. And now we're going to hold it there. Good, straightening the leg, bringing it towards your face, and then into the circles. Nice little circles, getting bigger. If there's anywhere it feels tight, that's the place to slow down. Good, and then when it's across your body, you're just going to take it out, twist in, that's it, across the body. Good. And then out to the other side, so we're opening up the inside of the leg and the groin. Okay. Okay, lovely. So if you just put your band down, bring your feet together but your knees open. You can put your hands down between your knees and get hold of your ankles and just go into a little circle, that's it, and just do a little circle roll one way and then the other, just really massaging that lower back. Good. And then just come up to sitting. Come back onto your knees again. We're going to work our way back up. Okay, so we are just going to go into what's called a calf stretch. We've called it down dog, but they call it calf stretch with the Fitness Pilates. So tucking the toes underneath, and then we're going to lift up into that V position and push the calves, push the heel, sorry, down into the ground, stretching the calves. And you can do a little walking action. So you bend the knees as if you're walking, like we were pedaling before, that's it. Just stretching each side and then hold. And then we're going to walk our hands towards our feet and slowly coming back up. I'm just going to put you back where you were before. Or put the laptop, you know what I mean, put the laptop back where it was before. Okay, so we've come up into our roll. We're going to stop at that halfway point again.
Yeah.
So we're just going to pop our hands onto the lap. We're going to go into that rounded back, then into a nice flat back, then back into rounded, bringing the arms up close to the body as you stand, taking them up above your head, and a little lean back, and then the arms come down. And then a little roll of the shoulders, and give yourself a clap.
Nice.
Okay, let me take that off record a second. Stop.